Truth Entertainment Films and AAA Productions presents the AAA Podcast. We're aware, alive, and about it. We're here to cover all topics, no holds barred, from politics to sports. We've got you covered. No topic is off limits. No issue is too hot. This is the AAA Podcast with your hosts, Jamar B.V. Harris and Ishmael Kitchen.
Woo! Here.
How y'all doing? What's up,
How
Patty?
you feeling? What up, Patty?
Yeah, baby.
Welcome. First and
Love
foremost,
you back.
this is
Love you back.
a podcast. I am your co-host, Mike B, and my new co-host in the building is Ish Kitchen, the one and only, the legend of the go. I don't care how big he played it. I don't care he played in the NFL. I say he's still my little cousin. That's why we call him. He's like way bigger than me. I don't care. I'm my little cousin.
Major facts.
We got the producer in the building as usual, and we got a special guest. We got Koi in the building. Koi, I'm gonna let you introduce yourself, because a lot of people I've been looking forward to trying to get you on the pod, because this woman speaks and is extremely intelligent. She's got a mind of her own, and even when it's her opinions and we disagree, I like where she's coming from because she speaks with intelligence. And you can always respect somebody who comes from an intelligent opinion of their own. So welcome to the AAA Podcast. Yo, just because T is not here with us right now doesn't mean that she's gone or forgotten. She's still our family. She's still with us. We still ride for her. We got Ish in the building. What up, Cuddy?
Yeah.
What's up, Cuzzo? Much love and respect to y'all, man. I appreciate y'all even inviting me.
Hell yeah. It's going down.
Make it happen. So normally what we do is we give people updates, what's going on. But I'm gonna go ahead and do it more like an intro, and we're gonna let you go first, Cuddy, since you're the new co-host, and you can kind of give the people a short synopsis of who the hell you is, what you about, and then we can go to our guest Koi, let her introduce herself, and then we can get the show started.
Yes, sir. Well, my name is Ishmael Kitchen. I'm from Youngstown, Ohio. I went to Cardinal Mooney High School. After that, I went to Kent State University. On my journey, I played for the
Shout out to Kent State,
Patriots, and Lions. But what I'm about is I'm about love. Much love. That's all I'm here for.
Amen to that. Yeah.
Much love back. Much love back.
Yeah. And Koi, go ahead, introduce yourself.
Everybody, I'm Koi, from Columbus. I'm happy to be here. I just have an opinion, and I guess y'all here to hear it. So
Nice.
That's it.
So let's jump into the news. We're gonna start it off
The
with
news.
The news. And popping off first and foremost with this news. I know everybody got the topic, so we're gonna jump off with, we're gonna keep it set. All right, even though there's a lot of jokes going on right now with this sub. And these folks, they finally got their degree that the sub blew up. And the only thing that I know y'all seen a meme where they was like, y'all owe the remote controller or the apology, because they showed a picture with the remote at the bottom of the still in one piece.
That's that 1990s game controller for you. That's Nintendo.
Man.
I still got my Nintendo.
Look.
Oh, wow.
That's gonna be here with the roaches at the end.
At the end. But before I ask y'all opinions, we're gonna try to be respectful at first, because I know we all got these jokes. But of course, we all knew with this situation, none of them survived. The submarine imploded after the structure of it, or the foundation, the whole of it, was made out of, I can't think of the name of the damn material right now. The damn thing. Oh, we got Laura coming to the party.
I'm sorry, y'all. Look at mess.
So you ain't missing nothing. If y'all don't know, that's the one and only Allura. Although she tricked me this whole entire time, I'm thinking that's her real name. To my bro was like, no, Allura Dan from the. I'm like, oh, ain't this some shit?
Yeah, I think her screen man froze up. Or that.
Anyway, while she come back in, the hall was made out of not fiberglass, but a different material, and so it imploded from going down too many trips because it was experimental.
Open the door.
So that was that. But I'm gonna ask Cuddy, what's your opinion on it? Ish, what's your take on the whole sub thing?
It's unfortunately, people lost their lives. So, I don't really be on social media, and you know what I'm saying. It's just sad. I know a father and son lost his lives. You know what I mean? Like just because they, paid $250,000, they're still human. You feel me?
Yeah.
So, but it is what it is.
Wow.
Yeah.
It is what it
I
is.
just, yeah, I wish the family condolence. I ain't going to, really speak on, dead people like that.
Fair enough. Boy, what's your take on the whole the situation as far as everything that went down?
I mean, I guess I try to see it from everybody's point of view. So I could see like them being adventurous, let's see what's at the bottom of the ocean, I guess. But man, it was a little small thing. Like when I first heard about it, I'm like, I thought they was gonna be in this big old submarine and just viewing things. I'm like, who was
Like
in
on
charge
TV.
here? Yeah. I need to know who was in charge here. These people trusted y'all. They looked so happy before it went down.
Oh, I'm about to get my whole 250,000 worth.
Yeah.
We about to see the Titanic. Once in a lifetime.
After 100 years, we done been on some cruises before. We got to see this.
Shit, they could have just watched the movie. Shit. Like on some real shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? They could have just watched the movie.
That's true.
I mean, it is a documentary on like Discovery where they go down there with the people who spoke. I don't even know, because that's crazy to me. Like, yeah, I don't know. A lot of it is crazy. Who was in charge here? Somebody, the person in charge has some explaining to this. I don't think they was in charge of this mission.
I agree.
Yeah, I would have passed on that mission.
Not at all. They was feeling Elon Musky right there.
Laura, what's your take on it?
Well, I do think the company should be held accountable because there were so many things that went wrong. I mean, it was said they had like a $20 Logitech controller. I'm wondering if they had a backup one. And just the whole thing with the guy not hiring ex-Marines or white Marines or something like that. I think that he was being very cheap on a lot of things. So if you purchase a Logitech controller, I'm pretty sure you did not get the best captain that you can get, because it's $250,000. Everything should have been state of the art in there. First and foremost.
Is it 250,000 each? Because wow, that's not even like minimum. Like, come on.
Right.
I'm sorry.
And then I mean, I think this new mermaid movie inspired them to go swim with the sea and be one with the sea.
I ain't supposed to be laughing.
Curiosity, man.
Hey, you know what? For us black folks, I'm gonna tell you right now. I'd have been on that boat, and he'd have like, yo, we'd have been in there waiting to get to our spot, and we'd have been all playing on a computer or something like that. And then we'd have walked out to the sub, and he'd be like, oh man, I forgot the controls. And he'd have ran back in there, came out with that controller. I'm like, nah, my black ass ain't going. Nope.
Cuddy, you know niggas don't deal with water.
No, we ain't.
It's the size of that thing for me. Right. Like, we was all gonna sit in that crisscross applesauce.
Right. But you know what? Another thing that I didn't like was that they had someone guiding them remotely from, the top, because the GPS, satellite GPS can't reach that far down. But it was a lot of people who said, why didn't they leave markers like those flotation devices alone where they were? Because but there was no way, even if we would have located them in time, there was no way for them to be saved, because they said that the pressure pulling them down would have still been too much for anything to pull them up. So they were fucked anyway. Either way it went.
Yeah, to be in that dark, like you just want to go somewhere where you can't see. That's
Right. Like
that's
only white people want to go see dead ships. I'm like, I don't want to go see no haunted house ships. I'm cool. I go look at a
You gotta
crack
go see
house
Jack.
and
We watched
imagine how
Titanic.
many ghosts in there.
They seen Titanic and wanted to go see Jack and tell his ass he should have got on that damn door.
I'm gonna say that part don't even sit right with me either. Like y'all both could have floated. He over there shivering and you watching him shiver.
But have you guys heard about the conspiracy theory surrounding this Titanic thing? So I think his name was Wales or something, the guy who owned the Titanic. So he had two ships. He had the one that was called the Olympic, and then he had the Titanic. So I heard that all his competitors were on the Titanic, but they're saying that it wasn't the Titanic that sailed out, it was the Olympic. So they're saying that the Olympic is the one that is sitting at the bottom of the sea, and that this guy knew that that shit was going to sink. That's why the owner wasn't on there, and anyone that he had competitions with, as far as business wise, they were on that ship, and he got a healthy payout as far as insurance. And I said, you know what? That sounds about white. It really does.
And the craziest part is that ship is little. Like,
oh, you talk about
my whole
the
life.
Titanic thing. She talk about the actual Titanic.
Yeah,
It was
the
really
actual one.
yeah. That's crazy.
Little old ship. They was on a boat.
Oh, they were both owned by JP. JP isn't JP Morgan?
Chase?
Yeah, JP Morgan. That's what it was. Yeah.
Oh, hell.
All right. So we gonna go on. Now I don't know if this is a lighter tip, but we gonna go on. Let's go with the homie. Boosie is free.
I'm gonna start
Free
by
Boosie.
saying I didn't know he went back. I thought he'd been free.
Nah,
Wow, Boosie.
So what had happened was he had beat
dumbass
in San Diego. And so he came out because the state dropped the charge. He didn't beat it. The state just dropped the charges. Little did he know that he coming out the courtroom getting his walk on, and then the feds is right there and snatched him up and arrested him because one of his homies, because he's a convicted felon, so he's not supposed to possess a firearm. One of his homies was sitting there live streaming when Bootsy was somewhere in California or whatever case, kicking it, and he had a gun hanging out his back pocket on video.
Oh, damn.
And so that's why the feds swooped in and picked him up.
I mean,
Well, I want to clap for as many times as Boosie done got that luck. This man has some luck.
I mean, couldn't he have just argued it was a toy gun, or it was a prop?
I think John Morant used all them excuses.
John Boosie badass.
Yeah, that toy gun thing ain't gonna go.
When are these guys gonna learn about social media? Like, people don't understand. Social media literally became popular so it can entrap black men. Yet black men participate in social media so vastly, and they don't even understand their own demise. Like, every time a black guy gets caught, it's usually because he's trying to either sell drugs through social media, he flaunting guns he shouldn't be flaunting, or he doing some fuck shit. When black men gonna learn? Everybody's so quiet.
I mean, we have no answer.
I'm just surprised.
I call
black
it five
men
people
from
doing
Boosie.
five people. I ain't gonna blame it on just black men because I see a lot of fried things that shouldn't be happening.
But you see,
Social
black men
media
get arrested. But black men get arrested more than the Caucasians who do it, because you have to think about it. How many white kids have created all these crazy social media posts before they go shoot up schools, and then only after they done shot up the school, the feds then found their manifesto on Facebook or Instagram or MySpace. Think about that. But as soon
I
as
mean, let's not speak in absolutes when we don't got facts.
Well, we do have some facts. Some of this stuff.
I mean, you ain't said one fact, so I'm just waiting on that to drop.
So hold on, because I can't remember the kid's name, but the guy who shot up the what was it? I covered this story. He shot up. It was a grocery store. He had his manifesto online. Do you remember which one I'm talking about? He killed all the black
I
people.
think it was in Buffalo, it was somewhere in New York, like Buffalo or somewhere else or something
Yes,
like that.
it was online, and they didn't find it until after he went and killed those the people in the grocery store just simply shopping. And then the
I
guy from
mean,
the nightclub who went in there and he shot up the nightclub, and then he said to one of the black victims, "Black people have been through so much, so I'm not going to shoot you." Do you guys remember that?
Damn.
no,
His
but I
his
do.
was his was online too. His was online, but they didn't get all of this until after. Even Dylan Roof. Hold on, because he said I don't deal in facts. Dylan Roof. Dylan Roof had his not
Period.
his
Got your
manifesto,
receipts.
but he had a lot of stuff online as far as hate and what he wanted to do. And as far as guns and all of this and the white KKK association that he had, all of that stuff was online. And then they didn't catch him. I mean, they didn't stop him before he went and committed a crime though. But black people before they even start to sell the dope, they just be in action. Hey, I got that eighth. Feds aren't knocking at the door.
I mean,
Bro,
but that ain't.
you
It
say
depends
we
on who it
got
is
dealing facts.
because
I just gave you some
even
facts.
with
No,
Thugger,
you
he in
gave me
jail
facts
right
about
now,
something that we wasn't
and
talking about,
he been
but it's okay.
making he makes his music, or even like Bobby Smurda and all of them. Like they didn't, their music wasn't on trial until them niggas was on. Can I say that? My bad, y'all.
Yeah,
Until
go
they
ahead.
was on
Yeah, you
No,
trial.
you
can
can say what you want.
say what you say.
But
Yeah.
yeah, they
Yeah,
they
that
wasn't on trial until they was on trial. Or like if y'all seen that show on Prime, it's like
exactly. So
Queen Bee or something like that.
I
And she was out there killing people because of Beyonce. That was a black lady. Nobody said nothing. She just,
I can't.
you like
Oh, I'm
Beyonce?
sorry.
No. Stab, stab, stab. You like Beyonce? No. Stab, stab, stab. And nobody knew until it's actually she was on trial.
Wait, wait,
Like,
wait, 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 wait. I'm gonna let you go, Ish. My bad.
No, no,
Somebody
you
was
good, baby.
walking around stabbing folks because they wasn't fans of Beyonce.
yeah, you
Yeah,
gotta
I heard
watch it
about
on
her.
Prime. It's crazy. That girl was, she's still out here too.
Bro,
So
I
do
ain't never
not
kissing
be.
Beyonce again in my life.
She finds you on social media. That she was going in. But yeah, I agree with you because I can't say like it more so like it be our business put out there. It be every time a black person do something, they want to bring up their whole criminal history, or we already knew this, and oh, or somebody else's little Jimmy
Hmm.
would have never did that. Like, yes, little Jimmy would have, bro. He slices up squirrels all the time.
But everybody ignores it.
Yeah.
yeah,
Bro,
y'all kind of talking about separate things,
But
but we can
yeah,
move on,
nah.
man. This I
Yeah.
yeah. What's up, Ish?
You said, oh, it's, I was just saying, I really can't say it's like a black and white thing. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like we focus on too much race. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it's more if you focus on the energy of the person, like because we all energy at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? Like far as like we all animals, and animals don't see color or what type of dog or race. They just see the energy of the person. So if we focus
Yeah,
on more of the energy of the person, I feel like it'd be a better place, and people cleanse their soul.
I agree. If we actually focus on energy, I agree. That was, yeah, that's 100.
Yeah.
so to wrap it up before we jump off this, and I get and I know exactly where everybody's coming from. The big takeaway for me, especially would understand the point that Laura's making with there being instances that do a lot of times do, especially our black celebrities, get an eye on them a lot more than maybe some of these other people. And I won't compare black celebrities and what they go through compared to some of these random out there in the internet sphere kids who put up crazy things out there. I mean, because if the government or the federal government kept tracking down every little thing, they'd be nonstop all day long chasing every threat from everywhere. Compared to little Bootsy, who's already got a criminal history, who's already been in negative situations, already has a light on himself, already is a convicted felon, who gets caught doing something, live streaming, doing something with already millions of views. That kind of there's a different light shined on him where it's already a bright light towards him, and they're already watching him, waiting for him to mess up or to make his
True.
mistakes.
That's true.
I just want to point out like what actually just happened in this conversation, and just hopefully y'all catch it. Okay, so we talked about what black men do to get themselves locked up, but then we flipped it to how white people don't get locked up. Like this is that um just kind of we need to think about the stuff that we say. And just because you got a point don't mean it makes sense.
Actually,
So
oh,
hold on, I'm not done. Thank you. So and I wasn't talking about you when I said that. I was making a blanket statement, so I hope you didn't take that personally. But anyway, so when we say things, right, I think we need to think them through. Looking at the Boosie situation, he's
Reese?
he's kind of jailed so many times I can't even count. So them monitoring him is a little different than the average person flashing guns on Instagram or selling drugs and anything like that. And I've been in those courtrooms when they pull those TVs out and those monitors and those computers and they pull up your IG and your Facebook and they put that on the screen and we all go, oh! And that's after your preacher and after the deacon and gave his little testimony about how great you are, how good little Johnny is, and how much he comes to Sunday school. So I know the reality of what you're talking about. Now I'm speaking to you. Because again, I've been in those courtrooms with those young black men. So I've seen that. Um, I would say, I hope this encourages young men to whatever you're doing in the streets, keep it off your Instagram, keep it off social media. But regardless of if you put it on social media or not, you're gonna meet the same fate.
oh, and I would like to rebuttal. So if you feel there's a need to tell them to keep it off of social media and Instagram, then that tells you that there is a public prosecution against Black people if you do things that is out of the norm for Black people. So like the gentleman, I forget his name, but he has a whole Instagram where he teaches his kids about guns, and is not normal to see a Black man flash guns on social media. Now the ATF has been to his house and to his family residence. So his name is Derek something. Derek Grace,
I know
that's
who you're
his
talking
name.
about. He got like the tattoos and stuff,
Yes,
and
Derek Grace.
he his daughter. They like got the matching dreads and stuff.
Yes. So
She
he
can smoke.
made it normal for Black people to be able to go to social media and show off guns and shoot guns, because when Caucasians do it, oh, it's a sport. They're training their children. But when we do it, it seems thuggish. It seems dangerous. And that's the point that I was trying to make is social media is not meant for Black people in the same way that it's meant for Caucasians. All I was saying was making a reference to Boozy is, if you know you packing a gun, don't be on live, don't be on social media, because there's always someone watching. Like you said, there was someone watching. And normal people don't realize that there be people watching them. It be the feds. I know a person right now who had made some blanket threats on social media, and now they about to do some years in prison only because they were hurt because their son lost their life. You know the story, Jamar. Came out of our town. So that's what I'm saying. Social media is not a place for Black men. He happens to be Black. I can speak on this because I've watched so many Black men in my community just do stupid stuff or say something stupid on social media. Next thing you know, they're arrested, like real life arrested. Or the young lady who here in Charlotte, North Carolina, she was up here doing well, she was committing real life crimes. I ain't gonna try to defend that. But I'm just
No,
saying
but I
though.
got you though. I got you.
I'm done.
I guess
I
I
think
feel like
Jamar
maybe they
froze.
more so maybe from the
Lot of-
people who getting in trouble's point of view is like, dang, bro, if everybody else could do it, like, I mean, if everybody else
Right.
jump off a bridge, why would you do it? Type stuff. But still, at the same time, like, it's harmless for anybody else. If I am a human, if we're gonna keep it on human terms, keep it human
Right.
terms, because
Hmm.
y'all doing it. Let's go start. Y'all need to start gathering other names too, I guess. Then I don't know. I don't
I'm telling on
condone, but
everybody.
yeah, but start gathering some other names. Like, dang, y'all done caught me.
Right.
All right, y'all. So we gonna jump into the next thing before we go out of the news. I know
The
everybody's
news.
up in the sky and seeing the Canadian fires. Is I forgot all about it from a few weeks ago. The next thing you know, you go
Hmm.
outside. I'm like, damn, is somebody grilling? Like it was just like smoke.
Hmm.
Or somebody's house on fire, and they're like, nah, that's from Canada fires. I'm like, they still going?
No, it has double. It went from like 200 and something to 400 and something.
I
Go
was
out the whole
just
mouth.
in Canada last week. I ain't see a match on
Damn.
fire. I ain't see
Wait, what
nothing.
part though?
It,
It's like a big
it
old Canada is like everything.
like I'm at the border. Hey, no, matter of fact, they did pull some. Never mind. I'm not gonna talk about that. But I mean, there's no hazardous fire ahead, detour, no nothing. I mean, people
Was it
just chilling. They
smoky?
smoking cigarettes. No, it was a
Let
regular
me
day.
find out we
It
got
was
smoke and they don't. That's
Man,
right.
they
That's
got
what I'm saying.
tornado.
Like
Like
they got fans up there
I'm sitting
blowing
there.
all that smoke this way.
I'm in
I'm all the
Toronto
way in the
flying the
middle
drone and
of the
everything.
city.
Like, it's like Spaceballs. We sipping air. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. But
Meanwhile,
then
my
I
It's
go
eyes
out
is
there.
burning inside.
it's the way that ghost, not the ghost stream, the other stream, the northern one.
No,
The way it
I
pushes,
know what you're talking about.
it pushes air.
Yeah, I
What's
was
it called?
being
The
facetious,
jet
but I
I
stream?
was.
know. I was just sitting there because how somebody go take it and run away like it's a conspiracy. The motherfuckers
Oh
are getting
no,
it, trying to kill us. The damn
Man,
no.
Democrats
I
did
was
it.
at work. This lady gonna say, "Why is it so glossy outside?" It's like I'm gonna just let other people answer it, girl.
Not glossy. Yeah, that's
You
a real
I
called
good
it
don't
statement.
even.
glossy. But
I don't
last
even
week in New
know,
York, it was
man.
worse. You see, the sky was
It
like
was
red
red
and all that.
outside. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's scary. That's
I
like
mean, like
some
I
Armageddon or
would
apocalypse.
have thought it
something.
was the end of times. I ain't gonna lie. I would have
That's
started
some
repenting right
apocalypse.
then and
Yeah,
there.
yeah. Yeah, I got a
You
few friends
gotta.
who got sick a couple of days ago
Oh
because of the air.
no.
They like lost their voice and had to go to the hospital because people not used to that. It's just so I don't know, and plus we don't know what's in the
It.
air anyway.
I
So
definitely had
Right.
to keep my air on. I turned it on high. I had my allergies was messing up. It messed me up a little bit.
We was in Orange yesterday, and I came outside and I was out here for a few hours, and I did lose my voice. Now, mind you, it wasn't bad as New York, but I can't figure out why I couldn't breathe. I'm like, what the freak? I'm
Hmm.
like, Jesus, not today. And then I get home and I call my husband, and I'm like, I don't know
yeah,
what's wrong with me. And he's like, you didn't know the air quality today was in Orange? I'm like, nah, I didn't check the news. I was trying to go get some Sonic. And then
Orange.
Sonic had me sitting out there for almost 2 hours. Like,
yeah, that's all bad.
oh, bad.
I ain't gonna do that lady like that. I was the other day. I was like, dang, it's foggy at night. What's going on? Riding through the cornfields. Like, let me get up off of this road.
So if you want to speak, on all the smoke in there.
Man, I mean, I don't really got too much to say, but I feel like they've been putting stuff in the air, so
And why
ain't
we got
nothing,
a whole ocean right next to it and we can't put the
ain't nothing
fires out?
different.
I don't. What's going on here? Like
He said
the
Going
ocean
crazy, man.
can't put the fire.
smoke went right past the damn Great Lakes in the ocean on the other
Right.
side, and anybody got out there.
I mean, yeah, the lake is right there. Lake Erie is right there. The lake by
I mean,
Chicago. It's a lot of them,
facts.
Yeah,
and
Those
we
are
Chicago
facts.
ain't.
look pretty smoky too. Now that I think about it.
It's
Yeah,
So
Chicago's
we gonna
ridiculous.
jump. Yeah, we're gonna jump from the news to sports. Sports. Can I click it?
Oh, ooh, let's get it. Let's get it. All these ESPN hosts getting fired. Ooh, nasty,
Man, I didn't miss
nasty.
the list. I didn't miss the list. Who all done got fired? Did I miss?
The one lady who does the draft, I can't think of her name, but she interviews every draftee after they draft for the first 25. I mean, the first 30 picks. It's like she's right next to the stage as soon as you come off. She does Monday Night Football. She hosts
Damn.
Monday Night Football. Actually, she's been hosting it for like 10 years.
Who was it?
Yeah.
Not Lisa Salters or whatever her name is. What's the
No,
sister's
not
name?
Lisa Salters. I pull her name up. No, it's a different lady. You as soon as I say her name, you're gonna know who I'm talking about. But yeah, she got released today. Um, you know, Todd McShay got released today. Of course,
Seen that.
Um, well, yeah. Max
They should
Kellerman
have got
got
rid of
released.
Mel Kiper too.
Nah, well, I don't. They could have. I just seen the
His
list
ass
on
be just
Twitter.
as strong as the other motherfuckers. Both of their asses be on there wrong.
Yeah, I agree. But the
Listen,
draft is not an
bro.
exact
They ain't have
science.
my cutty going. They ain't have my cutty going in the first 3 rounds, so they all need to be fired.
Right? Her. You see her?
Dry as a tail.
You see her?
Yeah.
Who is
Her.
she?
That's the one sister from ESPN. I can't think of her name.
Hold on.
Oh, the commentator?
Susie Colbert.
Susan
Susie
Colbert.
Yeah.
How'd she get a last name like Colbert? Who's she married to?
They fired Jeff Van Gundy, Jalen Rose, LaFonso Ellis, Keyshawn Johnson. Damn, I didn't know Keyshawn Johnson was on the list.
Damn. Keyshawn got fired too?
Yeah.
Well, he can afford to get fired.
A couple times. Yeah.
Dang, I need that type of life.
Hey, send me your resume. I'm gonna send it to ESPN.
yeah, we going on ESPN, bro. Let's do this.
I'm gonna be there acting like I'm your agent, operating in good faith.
I feel it, Cuddy. I feel it.
So
wow.
So from ESPN firings, we also got going on in what the hell? There we go. Sorry, my list. James Harden opts into his contract, and then demands to be traded. Who in here, first of all, is sick and tired of sick of James Harden and his old disappearing in the playoffs ass every freaking time and still collecting a big ass bag? I'm tired of it.
Every year.
For the Bulls, right?
You say what?
He played for the Bulls, right?
No, he played for the Rockets. He won the Rockets. He had the big ass beard. They used to call him the beard.
That's fucked up. I thought he wasn't on the Rockets no more.
Okay, he's the one who dated Kardashian, right?
Yeah, he went to the Nets, and then he went to
he the one that been hanging out with Lil Baby with the hairline.
That's why he's out of shape.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was.
He looked like Grady from Sanford and Son.
He looked like your old uncle who not supposed to be kicking it with y'all, but he there anyways. He kicking.
But he there anyway.
He there.
Facts, major facts.
He cool as fuck. He buying the shots and everything. Hey nephew, I got you.
I think that, and I had a vision about this, and I could be wrong, but if I'm right, somebody gonna owe me some money. I don't know how, but I just feel like he's gonna end up in Miami. And for whatever reason, he's gonna have to take that facilitator role and just not be a scorer anymore. And they need a facilitator because obviously, I don't want to say Tyler Hero is not necessarily a facilitator, but he's really not. And Jimmy Butler's not either. Kyle Lowry is past his prime. We all know this. He's good for coming off the bench and giving the energy, but I just believe he'll do good in a situation like Miami. I know folks got him going to the Clippers or maybe swapping him out with Paul George, which I don't think is a good idea, but
Yeah, the Clippers said they're not gonna do that.
I mean,
it's not a smart idea.
I'm not a really big sports fan, but I do know that once basketball players get to a certain age in their life, they always send them to Miami to kind of help get them together, organize the team.
D-Wade out there giving niggas speeches like, hey, bro, I done told every nigga that's been in your shoes this story. D-Wade is giving niggas speeches right now.
Damn, she said Miami is a retirement home for everybody of every.
I mean, it seemed like that though.
I mean, the list
James
does
Harden
go
gonna
on.
have fun in Miami. I can see him having fun in Miami.
Oh yeah, that might not be a good idea for him to be in Miami. But Pat Riley can kind of corral.
He about to be lit down there.
The beard. The NFL's almost back, so all them Brown fans, all them Bengal fans, all you Steeler fans who I don't like, all you Eagle fans who I fuck. You a Steeler fan?
Of course.
Oh, when I see you, it's on site, and I put that on set.
That makes sense now. I got okay. See, okay, yep, all right, okay.
He's a Brown fan.
Okay.
He's a Brown fan.
What you mean?
Yeah. It's starting to make sense now. I get this. Okay. Okay. It's the things are becoming clear. All right. Okay. Let's keep it moving. Let's keep moving.
Now the
rain is gone. Let's move on. We don't deal with Steelers fans on this side.
Yeah. So
that's because we better than y'all. Don't hate.
Damn. It's getting all over your face.
I'm gonna let it go. I'm gonna let it go. We can move on.
Yo, before we jump
he
off,
must be a Dallas fan.
You got something you wanted to add it any input onto the sports before we jump to the main topic?
James Harden. Ish.
Oh, you said what?
Did you got anything
Nah,
you wanted to add on to the sports or speak on those sports before we jump to the main topic?
nah, not for real. Just hope he keep getting his paper. You feel me?
Yeah.
I mean, he about to. He's definitely about
Yeah,
to.
that's
Somebody
what's
gonna
up
pay him.
though. Yeah, that's what's
Hey,
up.
I ain't mad at
Like
him.
I really don't watch basketball like that. I'm not really into basketball. So
Okay. All right. So we're gonna jump into, if we might, we're gonna jump into the
Oh
main
no.
topic.
Oh
Affirmative
man.
action.
Oh man. Oh man.
Taken away from us. Out of our
Went down in
schools.
flames.
Oh, the treachery. Oh my gosh, this is the end of the world. Niggas can't get an education no more at these good schools. It's done. Or is
But I
it?
mean, from the article I read, when was they not following those rules? You know, um, niggas been working hard for a minute.
Period.
A long, long time. Shout out to them HBCUs out there.
So, all right, I'm gonna go ask each one of you in
Uh-oh.
a little bit more in depth or a more direct question about the affirmative action. So, I guess let me start off with you, Coy. Do you feel affirmative action, them taking it away, is a positive or a negative?
It's negative just because based off of like you just gonna take away, like it just feels like you're taking away from people who work, from what the article I've read, you're taking away from people who worked hard for it. Like you're telling everybody, you do this, you put in the work, you work hard, you're gonna get there. Now all of a sudden it's based off of your personality. We giving personality tests out here. And then it's not even based off of personality because you're not giving me live interviews. You're basing it off of my essay. You want me to provide my race and how it affected my life. So you want my sob story. You just automatically want me to give you the sob story. What if it ain't sobish enough for you? Like, I don't know. Like it just, so and then I can see where they're coming from because it's just like, for me as a test taker, I can do all the work. I can know what I'm talking about, know everything. But when it comes to the test, I'll probably fail. But when it comes to real life and putting it in action and me doing it and stuff like that, maybe that is the test, but it's not y'all's test. It's not A, B, and C test. It's me putting it in action. And, just even based off of you going to jobs and they give you in training and stuff like that, like it's not taught, it's caught. You're going to do it a couple times and you're going to know what you're doing and then keep it going. And if you're really into it, you're going to make sure you got that knowledge to keep it going and stuff. So it just be, it could be good, but I don't think the intentions backed up behind it is, I guess.
I agree.
Cuddy, you want to speak on it?
I don't got nothing
Yeah,
too
I'll
much to
jump
say
in.
about that, Cuddy.
I'll jump in. I don't think Coy right on this one. No, I'm joking.
I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. I could be wrong. I
No,
read
I
one
was joking.
article.
I was actually
Okay,
joking.
teach me.
But no, I was no, I wasn't serious when I said that. I was joking. I was
Okay.
joking. But I'll say this about affirmative action. Um, I believe the intent of putting affirmative action into place uh, was good, right? In this country, because of the structure of the laws, you have to put laws into place in order to force people who aren't compliant to morality into compliance, right? So the affirmative action is more like a moral clause, right? A heart of something saying that, hey, these people are being what's the word, excluded, right? So we need to put this law into place because you're not. And anytime you remove that from a group of people, you make things bad as a whole. But I will say this, and might get me in trouble. I will say this: before affirmative action, you had HBCUs who were thriving, You had HBCUs who were getting the most funds from around this country from other successful black people and other successful white people who were funding HBCUs. The attendance was high because we were not given the advantages of going to the other schools. And of course, when affirmative action came, HBCUs began to struggle and could not pay those bills. And most of them were actually on the verge of folding up until Obama came through with those loans that they hit them with in 2008, where they were able to replenish those campuses. So now that you crisscross the country, you see these HBCUs with bowling alleys in the community centers, in the student centers. They got movies theaters now. I mean, they have been able to come up and become better, but the attendance rate is still struggling. So now all of a sudden in the next 5 to 10 years, watch you see that rate start to increase and start to rise, and see some of those millionaires now start coming out of HBCUs instead of these state schools, private schools, Ivy League schools that were forced to accept us.
Well, damn.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
I definitely agree with that.
I was about to just come to you, Laura. But I got a different question for you. I got a different question for you about it.
Okay.
For you, and especially with you being a young mother, that's not a young mother, but having young children who are still coming up, and I know your oldest is what, 18, 19?
23.
23, okay. And you having young children under that, is there fear to you of hearing this news, or were you like not really worried about it? How did this affect your thought process of hearing about this?
Well, I wasn't really worried about it because I'm sorry. I wasn't really worried about it because, to be honest, I didn't have any goals for my children to go to HBCUs. Just because, and I'm not I don't know a lot about this, but just because a lot of the experience that I've had and like the people that I know, because my girlfriend, she's a professor at an HBCU, she said not a lot of the people who go there graduate. You know, they go there.
No. Wait, I'm sorry to interrupt you. Not over the HBCU thing, with them taking period out of all colleges. The affirmative action thing, yeah.
No, that's new to me.
Yeah, they took the affirmative action out of for colleges. They taken away, so now colleges, quote unquote, don't have to reach a quota for their attendance. So before, like if you were black and you applied to Harvard, and you were more likely to get accepted because they had to try to meet their quota of numbers of minorities.
Their quotas, yeah.
And so that's across the board. And so what happened is a group of Asian children felt that Harvard and some of these other, I can't think of the word for it, but these other top tier schools,
Ivy League schools.
Let's say POC. What's
Ivy
person
yeah.
or something?
Yeah, all those schools were turning them down because once these schools met their quota of Asians or whatever case, they were like, okay, that's it, because we have to fill these other quotas. We have to get these other numbers in. And so these kids were getting passed up, or even if they had the merit to be there.
Oh no, that's
like they were getting passed up, and these schools were hiding behind affirmative action as the reason to why they had to go about this things in a certain way.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so I had it backwards. My bad. I'm sorry. I had it backwards.
No, that's not. No, I'm disappointed in that. I'm thinking something totally else. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm distracted. No, that's not good. I mean, I did read an article where the agents were saying that. But this is my thing. You guys can get into a lot of colleges, and I just feel like the people who really need to get into these schools are going to still be left behind in the cracks. Because, like I said, like a lot of people aren't big on sending their black kids to HBCUs because from what I hear, they play a lot there, and some of them aren't given the best education that they could give, or the school is too caught up on appearances. So there's a lot of things that I hear about that. So I think that is good for everyone of every race to have options of regular college, not just HBCU or not just an Ivy League. So that means that's going to affect universities around the world, right? Or in the
US, basically US, yeah. So basically, that's why I'm saying to you, like for as a mom, say your kids, say you got, but you have smart kids. But one of your kids wants to go to Princeton or Harvard, right? And they will put in, and because of affirmative action, it helped increase their chances and help
Getting into
them
that
more
school.
because of the fact that you know that they had the merits, but you was always afraid that because of their race, they may not get that opportunity.
I
So
don't
affirmative
know.
action kind of would help
Yeah.
be a push. But
So
and this is just me kind of break down the situation, not my opinion, because my opinion is really probably get us in trouble. But
yeah,
I'm
so I
sorry,
mean,
man.
I guess it's so I can view it from two ways. I think it's good, and then I think it's bad, because I think that the black kids now are very educated. So I believe that without having to stand on affirmative action, I believe that a lot of them will be able to get into these schools. Because have you
Did she freeze?
black kids of this generation will definitely have a chance. And any college that's smart, they're going to take them. But I think that's going to be hard because Asians have this reputation of being super super smart. But then let me say, Americans, Asians, a lot of them aren't as smart.
Can I chime in? Because
Yeah.
I agree with that,
I mean,
and
I
I
ain't
think
being
that's where I got
shady.
that.
I'm being for real.
No, I agree. I said I agree, but I was just saying because I
Oh,
felt
I'm
like I was
sorry. I
wrong in
thought
what I
somebody
was
was
saying, but
laughing.
now I get it. I get it. But I'm like, okay, so
Yeah.
that's when I was saying like, what kind of when I'm giving you this essay, what kind of explanation of my life do you want? Like, I really got to explain real hard, like I'm your kid, and I got to tell you this, that, and the third. Like, I am made for this school, and you can't just look at my grades and know that I'm made for this school. Like, it's
Oh, so you
wow,
saying take race off the table, period? So it's a blind application.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, like
Yes.
why does that
That's
have
why I
to
was
even
agreeing
be
with
a
you earlier
subject?
because yeah.
Yeah. Why is that even a figure? Like you don't even know me. You going and then the article I was reading is they're going to consider my name is on the application, so you're going to consider my name. My real name is Sequoia. Why would y'all consider my college application off of my name? I love it personally, but it's not even spelled
Yeah,
like
you
the
ain't getting
tree. Like
admitted.
somebody
Yeah,
Sorry.
somebody
that's
else's
gonna
opinion
be
could be like, "Oh, her
Yeah,
mom is disrespectful. Why she ain't
too many
name it the
syllables.
real
Oh no,
name?"
actually,
Like,
Sequoia.
come
I'm not.
on.
That sounds off not to be thing or just not to be disrespectful. That almost sounds more native.
it
But
does.
it's not
It
it's
really
not
Like,
even
does.
spelled the same. Like the tree is spelled is
You
spelled way longer than my name. So like just
you
even
still not
being
getting
based off
selected.
of that, like who's I'm gonna say who's reading this? Like
You're right.
who's reading this? Like I
I'm
know
telling you now. I'm,
it
I'm gonna
don't
see
even
that.
care
I'm
when
gonna
I
see
done
that
put in my
Sequoia
I could
name,
have
and I'm gonna
put
say no.
in there
No
and you
though,
just
but I think
her,
but
her mama
I
named
think
her
I
after her
think
I want to go
SUV.
to Harvard.
but I
Not
think
Mo says,
that
anymore.
I
look,
think that
Morgan
she
got
would
a
still have a
regular
chance
name. She not
though.
getting in there either. They gonna like, what do this say?
Yeah, I would.
And she
I would
got a
admit
regular
Morgan
old
into my
name.
college. I would. I would be skeptical about how it's spelled, but then I'd be like, okay, yeah, that's okay.
You
Yeah,
guys don't
yeah.
think
Ishmaeli,
we live
nope.
in a you guys don't
Jamar,
think we live
You
in
nope.
a
ain't
time where
getting that
names
motherfucker cutting.
And then like
What you
these
said,
kids
Laura?
nowadays, they name
I
just
said you guys
Legend
don't
and
think we live in a time where names are, it doesn't
shouldn't
matter
make
anymore. Because
sense.
I mean, look at this: Kim
It
Kardashian
matters.
daughter, Northwest, Saint Row. Like we got
Yeah,
all
that's
these
it.
unique names
Legends and
now.
legacies and
Yeah,
Rogue
nah.
and
It
Rawls. I don't
those names
know.
matter. I've been in rooms. I've been in rooms with executives, white, black, or whatever, and it's always the name is the first thing you notice on an
Yeah.
application, and in your
Is them
head you just
executives
Hmm.
over
automatically.
the age of 60 though? Them is
Wait.
all
No,
To be
no.
honest,
oh,
to
okay.
be honest, like we do it to our own people.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, I do. I do. Because every
Like why would
time
you
a chick
name your
at
baby that?
McDonald's named Shaquita
What
take
that
my
nigga
order,
name is?
and she don't get it right, I'd be like, with her ghetto ass. That's
Nah,
the
it's
first
and
thing
then
I
there's
say.
people
I
who
ain't gonna
ask me
lie.
all the time before I even like started going by my nickname, like out to everybody. People would just be like, "Oh, what's your name?" I tell them, and they're like, "Oh, you got a nickname?" Like, no, I told you what my name was. Like, there's no going around it. I work in a
Yeah,
call center. They will literally, I swear, you know what I'm saying, because it's lots of people who be like, "Oh, it's so cute, it's all exotic, like the tree, all that." It's people who would like literally go out their way to say like, "Oh, your name Gloria, Sabrina, Sabria." Like, you can't believe my name Sequoia. It's it don't sound right to you. Like, come on, bro. You just say everything else, and I'm like, yep. Because at first I would go back and forth, like we're going back and forth trying to say my name right. You know
Mm.
what, lady? You want me to be Gloria so bad. I'm gonna be Gloria for this phone call.
I think your name's beautiful though.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
that's
Thank
dope. But you still
So
ain't
I'm
getting
gonna
the
get.
college game.
You
you.
still ain't
Nah,
good.
not at
I'm
all.
gonna
The
give my take
HB.
on
That's why I said shout out to them HBCUs. We
ECUs.
can't.
Oh,
That's
you
where.
getting in there? You getting in the
Yeah, shout
Harvard
out to
now?
them HBCUs. I'm
So
getting in the
we gonna
house.
get to that? Are we gonna get
Yeah,
into segregation talk or no?
yeah. Wait, hold on. Let me get my thing on it real quick on that whole thing. HBCUs, and I'm gonna piggyback off of a lot of what my brother said. I'm for. It's weird. I'm a perfect believer, and I'm understanding why, especially at that time, we needed affirmative action. And do I feel that we need to totally do away with it? Do I feel like America's gotten past that point and we don't need to have it anymore? No. Have we grown since then? Yes. Do we need to go back to it, adjust it, make some minor changes, like what Sequoia said, like taking race off? If we're gonna do it, then let's do it all the way. Let's take race all the way out the equation.
Right.
Let's do that. Let's not have to fill out race on it no more. I'm always a believer, and I understand why we did it. It's like unions. People are so anti-union, and I get it because of things that have taken place. But y'all forgot why the hell we had to get unions in the first damn place.
Right.
These people that are out here like, yeah, we need to get rid of affirmative action. Y'all forgot why we had to do affirmative action in the same first damn place. So there's always the plus and the minus to it. And I'm like my brother, like we get for things, and sometimes as a culture, we ask for things because we so badly want to be in the same rooms. We so badly want the access to the things that we have, but sometimes we want the access to everything that they got that we don't appreciate what we have. We don't appreciate the HBCUs that we have. Black people, once they sat there and got rid of segregation, we stopped appreciating all the black businesses that we built, all the black institutions and things like that that we had going on that was creating the most vital thing we need and needed. And I always stress it, is black infrastructure. And because we sat there and were so busy to have what they have, drive what they drive, wear what they wear, every time one of us make it, we always can't wait to go buy Gucci. We always can't wait to go buy Prada. We always got to have all their brands, drive all their cars. And instead of us just sitting there having appreciation for us, appreciation for what we build, appreciation for the fact of going back and building black. And building black does not always mean building black and only shopping and selling to black. No, if you're gonna play a part in the game, this thing, you limit yourself by always thinking, I only want to make black only products. Hell no. Nah. If you're a black person, go open, you want to open a barbershop, stop thinking narrow-minded, go up in the white neighborhood, open you up a black, not a black barbershop, but a barbershop up in their neighborhood that they go to, hire the barbers they did, because an owner is an owner. And ownership
I mean,
is so
Facts.
I think that
Facts.
goes on a different subject though, because I did watch. I like documentaries, y'all. Just throw that out there. But I did watch a documentary where the dude just decided to all buy black, and when he decided to buy all black, he could not beat all of his basic necessities all the time. So I mean, I agree into buying black, and in that sense of as soon as you get some money, like consider the fact that there you could buy black and you could still get that high quality. But also, if I like nice things, then I like nice things, and that's if I want to spend my bread on it, then that's I want to spend my bread on it. And then as a people who, if we gonna go back into that subject of liking to spend bread on and having nice things and stuff like that, then we gotta go into that. That's I guess I agree with that subject of we getting on different topics, because then you're gonna want to go into that. Why do we buy all these golds and jewels and certain people feel like they don't? And then we gotta keep going back and forth, like, because then we could go on and on. Like
No,
Jay-Z
I
wanna wear
promise
this
you we
dress
won't
like
go
that,
there.
and then Jonah Scott wanna wear dress like that.
It was bred into us. So there's a reason
Yeah.
behind it. You got to remember when segregation was going on and black people wanted to impress the white man and let the white man know, listen, I can dress equally as nice as you. Black men, they went and bought Cadillacs because they wanted to let them know, hey, I have arrived. You know, it was a documentary when they said out there when it was like they were following black men around, and I remember the white commentator said the American Negro likes to look nice. So the American Negro will spend top dollar just to look nice. And that's to garner respect, because Black people feel like if you go and get these labels and you wear these things, then they have to recognize you. They have to say, okay, this person isn't the average Black person. They're not living in the trenches. So it started then, but we just got to try to break that curse. I think Black people need to get on.
Why does it have to be a curse though? Why can't we?
Because it's a curse, because Black people are led by that. See, white people, they get rich. They don't think about going to buy Gucci. Not all white people. When you see top billionaires, they're rocking them doggone shoes with the ends that look slightly sideways, New
Yeah,
Balances.
but that's fashion though. Like fashion could be. I feel like with the if we going into culture and stuff like that, like we like to vibrant things. Like if you go into different cultures and stuff like that, they like to have vibrant. Like our type of vibrant will be golds and jewels and stuff like that.
No,
But if you're
but
talking about what white people got on, they also have yachts and stuff like that. And for me personally, if I'm going to spend my bread on some stuff, I'm not going to spend my bread on a yacht that I'm getting on one time. These white people be having food like, and then we just it's
but
just
that's
us throwing
passive.
race,
But
and
that's
then
passive income though. Even though they ride that yacht one time, they're gonna rent that yacht out. See, and that's where Black
are they?
people,
Do you know they rented that yacht out,
they do
or
rent it
did they
out.
bought it?
They buy yachts. Some of them let it sit, and then some of it will they'll rent it out. See, that's the thing. Like Black people, most Black people ain't buying it just because of the fashion. They're buying it to let the other Black person know. Listen, look what I got. When you see some Black people get rich, they go and buy their nice cars, come ride through the hood. They don't go through ride through the white
I
neighborhoods. They
think
go
that's
ride
just
through the
what the
hood.
media put out there though, because
That's
I
not
know
just with the media. I know Black millionaires, and they come and ride through the hoods. You know,
oh no, not that part, but I'm just more so saying of making it seem like we just all about this flashiness and this high lifestyle and stuff like that. Like
to,
it
to
just
say
could be
to
more
say
so
that to say
this
that
is
we're not would be a disjustice. To sit here, see,
it.
I'm pro
I
Black.
mean,
I'm
Let's
definitely
not, let's not speak. Wait, let me interrupt you too, so we don't
okay.
get off thing. Let's not speak in definites. Do we have a problem within our community of a lot of our people with the mind state of like their priorities are messed up to where they value fashion, they value nice cars over taking care of other prioritizing other things. They'd rather have a nice car but still be living in the hood paying rent at a whatever case house in the hood and whatnot. And so, do we have a problem with that in our community? Is it an infinite or a definite all across the board? No, we have some people that do it. Do us as Black
but it's
people,
but it's not a high
unfortunately,
but it's not a high number of Black people. So let's when we speak about stuff like this, I just hate when we try to simmer down or water down our part in it, because we have so many Black entrepreneurs or Black entertainers who have sat here in the forefront, have spoke and told these stories. There have been research on it. There have been numbers that have been put out, and so you have a lot of Black people who come out and they try to speak against that, and they try to speak about Black infrastructure. They try to speak about purchasing land. Like a lot of people don't like Rick Ross because he's corny and he always talk about money, but Rick Ross is out here teaching wealth though, and he's teaching wealth to the Black community. But so many other rappers will dog him in their songs and sit here and talk about, oh, he lame, this and this and that. But then you have so many other rappers that's just talking about, oh, I bought this, I bought this. But then they'll be the brokest rappers. They'll be the brokest rappers, and it's crazy. And then you have not just the rappers, but just entertainers. Look at I'm gonna use Scrappy and Bambi. Bambi just told us that she getting evicted. They make a lot of money on Love and Hip Hop, right? Why do you rent? And then look at the brands that they wear. Look at the cars that they
uh,
drive. And now she has to find her somewhere to live.
Hang on,
It's
Morgan's
a
but
lot of
right.
all of
things like
it
this
is
going on. I ain't
rented
gonna
though.
lie.
Like at the end of the day, all of it is rented. So
Um,
that's the
yeah,
answer to the question too. Like,
I
do
want
we
to jump
know?
back to.
In my opinion, TV shows don't even make a lot of money. I don't know if them reality stars is doing it big. All of them
what you
had
They make
bad
it.
lace fronts when they
all
started.
right, okay. So what you saying, bro?
How you fall for the
Yeah, I
lace
just want to
front,
jump
sis?
up to what Morgan was saying. And this goes back to what you were saying. Um, it's a Black community
How do
in
I
this
go?
country, and of course, Dr. Boyce Watkins talked about this the most. Where our economic value totals, I think, what around $7 billion a year that we spend. So we're spending the wealth of a pretty much a small country, right? And we're talking about just the black people in America, which is becoming one of the smallest minorities. What was that? Uh, it's,
We're spending like a small country, but our numbers are steady shrinking. But our spending is still upkeeping.
right.
With,
So
and it's,
what happens normally with situations like affirmative action is that black people are now forced to spend with black people. And what that's going to do is that's going to strengthen the black community and the black spending overall, because that dollar will cycle through our community more often than it will not. So it's just going to change the perspective of the way money is spent and the way wealth is distributed in America if it stays the way it is. And that does strengthen the black community as a whole, because segregation does that for us. It's a book called Disintegration, if you guys ever want to check it out, by Eugene Robinson, and he talks about the period of time in which the blacks held the most wealth, and we're taught that we were always poor, but whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It's during the time of segregation, and of course because we were forced to buy from each other. But it wasn't the fact that we were just forced. We had icemen, we had milkmen, we had leathermen, we had tannermen, we had shoemen, people who came to your house and style you and dress you and do things. Like, these are black entrepreneurs that we're seeing on Instagram. Like, oh, they did that. No, they did that 60 years ago. You just don't know about it. And these men and women and families were becoming wealthy, and these communities were becoming wealthy, and that's how we were able to create a Black Wall Street. Is that's how we were able to create so much wealth in the South that when segregation was stopped, it almost was like a 180 in wealth distribution from the Black community. And not only that, but now blacks are forced to migrate north because they can't find jobs. They're not getting the money that they were getting. They're not getting hired in these white firms like they could have been. They're out in the cotton fields, and these fields are drying up. But you can't. So it's a big cycle. But the thing about black people is that money cycles within our community. It builds the community. And
I
I
have
just
an
wanted to get back
example
to
of
that
that.
point. And I hope we don't miss
Nail
that.
techs. Our nail techs, back when I was being a teenager and stuff, we was always going to the shop, to the Asian shops. All my nail techs was black. My sister is nail tech. We all are here. So like it at a certain point in time, you get tired of going to people who, or even the actresses and stuff like that. They now stand for like, you see a lot of them being like, when I go and act and stuff like that, I have to bring my own wig. I have to bring my own
Hmm.
MUA. I have to do my own this, that, and the third. So it makes a lot of more of us be like, now we have to be MUAs. Now we have to be hairdressers.
Hmm.
Not saying we wasn't hairdressers before, but like hairdressers in Hollywood and stuff like that. Like that wasn't the goal. We was just, I'm gonna open my own shop and this, that, and the third. Now I'm gonna do every celebrity's hair. I guess that maybe that's an example of it. Just
But
Deep
I
to
shit.
think everything.
what he was
Okay.
saying, so how do we get that back into our community? How do we get us cycling back within each other and putting money back into our community? Because right
Hey,
now
somebody's echoing.
we're go ahead,
Hold on,
Allure.
Laura, hang on. Somebody echoing bad. Jamar, you don't hear that?
Y'all heard the echo.
Is
Laura,
that
speak
me?
Who's
again.
it?
Is it me?
I think it's you. Is your radio? You on your radio?
Uh-uh. No, hold on. Let
It,
me my phone is charging.
it's turn down your volume. It's turn down your volume.
Can you hear it still?
No, it was Ish's radio, I think.
Okay. All right, go ahead, Laura. Sorry, I can't hear you.
Go ahead, Laura.
Laura, you good?
She freeze?
Laura,
yeah,
She
she
froze. Oh, there
froze.
she go.
Laura.
She
Okay,
froze.
yeah.
Oh,
There
There
she
we
she
go.
go.
I
back.
see. Okay, there she go.
I'm sorry. Well, I'm sorry. What is your name? Because I don't even know your name.
Oh, Jeremiah.
Me?
Um,
Oh,
Jeremiah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Tell me, how do we get that going back into our community?
He about to get me in trouble.
Why?
I said the
Uh,
affirmative action. I mean, not the affirmative action, but getting them
well,
kids, getting our kids back into
no,
schools and making sure we
it's a
do
little
it.
worse than that. Okay, so man, I hate to say this, but I'm gonna say it. Okay. So it's could be good that affirmative action being dissolved
Mm-hmm.
forces black people to spend black, because if we don't do it by force, as I said before, if you don't set a law for it, we ain't gonna do it.
That's true.
So that's how that dollar cycles back into the black community, because we're kind of forced to do it because we're not accepted in those institutions anymore. So now we got to buy black. But not only do we buy black, but guess what? These black companies, these black HBCUs own property. Now they stretch more property. And as I was saying before with the HBCU, Eastern Maryland, out in the shore, how they have like $200 million buildings and nobody's ever heard of this HBU, ever seen it. And it's the most brilliant place you've ever been if you ever could have graced those campus floors. But now black people gonna find out about those things, and now these black people are gonna send their kids, and their kids are gonna buy. It's just a whole mentality that has to be forced into us because we don't have it naturally. Because of course, like you stated before, we were stripped of that and put into a situation where we weren't able to make
And
that foundation.
keeping it black, we gotta make sure that we gotta
get
keep
humbled.
it
We're
that
gonna
way.
get re-humbled, and we're
Yeah,
gonna appreciate what we have, because black people have gotten so comfortable with these kids. See, these kids go to college and they think it's their right. They don't understand that it is truly a privilege to be accepted into these colleges when a lot of our ancestors could not even get their foot through the door.
Okay,
So
so
I
but does
love
it
what you
make
said
sense
about that.
that
Yeah.
that some of these colleges,
Hey,
that some of
CL.
our HBCUs aren't like keeping up with the school? Like we got all these like high expectations and all this stuff. Like, I mean, keep it. We're gonna be forced to buy black and stuff, but we gotta keep it. Like, keep our construction workers. Like, or make sure that we got somebody who don't let nobody drop the ball on us. Like,
Well,
if our kids is going off to school,
we're gonna have to govern each other.
everything.
Well, first off, hey
That's what it
CL,
is.
but for real, yeah, she's right. But what I'm only talking about what I've witnessed, right? I've been to maybe about 15 different HBCUs across this country, and what I've seen, especially at Fayetteville State, North Carolina, I mean, they buy black, they hire black, they work black. And it's not like this is our focus. It's just that nobody's helping us. Nobody's going to give us these opportunity that these companies around here are giving us, and these are black construction companies. So that's why we hire these workers. And because now that people are forced to go there, they're going to make more revenue. So now they can hire more workers and do more projects. So that's how the dollars cycle through. Again, it's not something that we're going to do naturally. It just this
And I
country
ain't
is
gonna
going to
be. I
have
mean, I can't say on naturally because comfortability. Like you can be around people and be like, which group are you gonna more navigate towards? Like, I mean, we're gonna do those one-off situations, but in any scenario, which group are you going to navigate towards? If I'm put in the cafeteria and I see my people over there and I see these people over there, who I'm going to go towards? Like, I mean, I could go towards them because maybe that's the high school I went to and stuff like that, so I know. But me personally, I'm going to go over here and see what y'all talk about first and see if y'all the type of niggas I want to be around.
So piggybacking off of what my brother said, what you guys are talking, what we're at, is the best example I can get is that you can shop at the places you want to shop, but we have to also still keep in mind, and a lot of other cultures do it. We'll see Asians who have been born over here, raised over here, and everything else still only drive Toyotas and Hondas.
That is facts.
Still only drive Toyotas and Hondas. We'll see a lot of, especially the Asians do it extremely well, and a lot of the Africans come over, they'll still go out and spend money.
Can I speak on Kiki Alley in the comments? They done comment this a couple times. I just want to say, like, from what I've witnessed, all of them cultures actually keep it in the circle. Like when I'm around and if I'm in the shops, they got their nieces and grandkids and nephews, and all of them is learning how to do nails. If I'm with the Jamaicans, everybody is learning how to cook food. If I'm with the Africans, everybody knows how to do whatever that African household is. If they all doctors, everybody doctors. If they all, so I'm sorry, but that was
you're right. Because to them, the American dream is still the American dream. To come over here and establish something for your family, to build something of your own. A lot of them want to go into businesses. Okay, you're in Columbus. The perfect example is this. I remember when the Somalians came in, and they were just like in a long little section or whatever case, and they was over here, and they was just driving the taxi cabs and everything else, and they went from working at the taxi cab spots to now they own them. They went from just working in whatever case at these clubs. Now half the damn club, the nightclubs in Columbus, everybody thinking it's black person owning because all the black people go to it, and it's a black person, but it's Somalians that are owning it, and the Nigerians that are owning it. All the corner stores, it's that because they came over here and realized the same thing that these other races have. Like, yo, you can, if you got what these African Americans want, they're going to always just go to you, and they're not even who look at these people, even the people that come from the Middle East that open up these corner stores. They're not sitting there saying, yo, I got to make money only off of Middle Easterners. Hell no. They're like,
Shout out the nail techs. Our nail techs are coming back. I'm gonna keep going back into it because yes, my nail techs are back.
You can buy black, you can spend and support black. But that doesn't mean you only have to focus your target group to build your wealth off of only on black people. And that's what a lot of people get in their mind state, like, yo, I only got to sell to black people. I only got to hire the black people. If you own a black company, hire the best workers. If you want to still make sure brothers get their job and everything, cool. And sisters get their job, cool. But hire the best people to build your business and then take your money from your business because it's doing great and exceeding at what it's doing and put that money back into the community.
Right. This could go back to what she said, because don't go buy goofy stuff no more either. Like,
but hold up, wait, one question.
We're buying the goofy shit.
I got a question.
Let's keep it.
Right.
Yo, Ish, when you was in the league, Ish, like, did you see players just buying Gucci, buying Fendi, buying Prada, just blowing money? Like, I mean, you was there. Did you see that?
Yeah.
I mean, that's what you. I mean, yeah, you see that all the time. You know, you get a little money, you wanna, be flashy. You know, that's what we taught. Like, that's just our mentality, like y'all was saying.
But so, do they also be like, let me go out and buy this land? Do you see a lot of them being like, I'm gonna
do
that?
A lot of players do that too, though. A lot of players, I can't say, like.
You freezing up.
But Jamar, to your point though, Jamar. Oh, I'm saying to your point. I know some black salons and boutiques here, and white people actually travel from the white neighborhoods to the hood just to buy some of these people's stuff. If you,
Hold on.
They do.
Laura, let me not interrupt you, but I want to send it. Our brother is watching, and he was in a car accident.
Oh, yes.
I want to make sure that y'all bro. Well, we miss you, bro. We love you and rest up, bro. So we can get you back out here. We still got to work on all this stuff and these projects we got going, bro.
Facts.
Sorry about that, Laura. I just didn't want to.
Oh no, definitely. I didn't see him pop in, but you already know we got to shout out our brother Miguel. Love you, boy.
Rest up, brother.
Or Mr. Bendova.
Mr. Bendova.
But go ahead with your point, Laura.
I was just saying that if you being a black business, if you have a product that is good, people are gonna come from whatever to buy. I think that as Black Americans, I think we got to get more on the page of making money and putting pettiness to the side, because that's like the biggest
competition.
Yes, that'd be the biggest downfall of our community. And I don't understand why it's like that when you do see like the Asian families and the Arabic families, they come over here and they all succeed, and it's because they're not in competition with each other. They want to see each other win. And I think we all got to get to that point.
Mm-hmm. I seen a lady like do a podcast where she was, well, not a podcast. This was before like podcasts came popping or something. She was just doing one of them like rants on Facebook or like Vine, whatever was out at the time. And she was just basically saying like, yeah, I came up out of nothing and all of it. I mean, I had these ways and I can teach all it, but I don't like the fact that everybody keep wanting me to tell them how I got to my point. Like, you do it. You go out and put
gatekeeper. She's a gatekeeper.
Like, no, sis. Like, you can help me. You can tell me how you got there. Like, I'm not trying to take your money. We can do this together.
That's so crazy, because I just made that post the other day. I just posted. I was like, people will support certain people, but they won't even give you the blueprint or the code. But the person who not popping, who will sit you down and show you won't support them because they ain't got that it factor, but they're doing better than you. So they know a little bit of something. And that's the problem with our community. We want to run with the people who shimmering gold, but they won't teach you crap. They're going to let you keep following them, keep on praising them like they God himself,
and calling you they hater.
Struggle.
And calling you they hater. They be quick to call you they hater. Like, how was I hating? I just wanted to know.
Like, I know someone right now that people are following and acting like this person, like he is God's gift to earth. And I'm like, little do y'all know, nothing that he has was he went out and got. He literally literally, it was passed down to him, but he won't give you guys that information. So now y'all paying, they're paying to go see him about some stuff that was just given to him. And I'm just like, yeah, but I can't, because if I speak on it, I'm a hater. But I see them support him. Then I see another person who really went out here, got it hustling, the guy came from prison. The guy came from prison, got some tax money, flipped his tax money, saved it, flipped it again, and bought his first investment property. Made
Oh
money
wow.
off of that. Flipped that
Yeah.
one, got another one. Dude own all type of properties. He got, I want to say his name is Neighborhood Cow. Neighborhood Cow, I'm gonna put him out there. Neighborhood Cow got properties. He got he does what else? Like car rentals, all type of stuff. But he doesn't get a lot of support because people look at him like, oh, he not popping. He not
Yeah, like,
this.
I want to know what he
Yeah.
know. He got a lot of details into it. Like that
Right. Hey
journey make a
Kiki, how you
lot.
doing?
It makes a difference.
Yeah. No, good point though. Good point. Hey Kiki. I didn't want to ignore you there. I saw you jump in.
Yeah. Kiki, I know you've been waiting to add. You've been in the comments. I know you're ready to let us
Man,
in.
what?
Talk to me. Talk to
Oh
me.
yeah, she was like, "Oh yeah, you commented back. I seen her a couple times. That's you."
I'm gonna continue. I'll jump in when it's time.
Oh, okay.
So I mean,
Um,
basically, let me ask Ish something real quick, bro. For you, when you first made it with, and I've heard of it, but you've experienced it. Did they give you were there classes or warnings, especially maybe even or other players that pulled you to the side was like, bro, you about to come into this money, or like the do's and the don'ts, or point you in the right direction of what you're supposed to do with getting like coming into now all of a sudden this large sums of money coming to you?
What? Hey, what was the question again?
When you
Like,
first
like,
when you first came in, was there a program that the league had, or were there like other people, players or whatever, who would come to you and like tell you like,
They have, they got the program and about saving your money and stuff like that. They warn you because they did a study. After leave I think 5 years, players go broke. So, they try to prevent that. So, like when I was coming in, they had more stuff for that. So, yeah, they do, but it's hard though. You know what I'm saying? It's hard because you gotta think you're young. You know what I'm saying? You're 21
yeah.
with a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna think like that. You feel me?
yeah.
So it's
Do you
different.
have
Like
any?
like we all was 21 before, huh?
No, go ahead. I'm sorry. I'll let you
We was
finish.
all
I was going to ask
21
you a question.
before. Oh no. We was all 21 before. You just think
Do you got for you being in that position and
different.
probably seeing it? Can you hear me? No.
His connection sucks though.
His connection.
We gotta
sucks.
get his connection better, man.
Yeah, we will.
We gonna get Cuddy a hotspot.
Yo, Kiki,
Yeah.
what you splurged on with your first big truck? I mean, your big check after you ran across the country like 1,000,000 times.
My first big check?
Yeah,
A check or a lump sum of money?
lump sum of money, whatever was bigger.
Okay, so a lump sum of money gonna be way bigger. I would definitely get into real estate.
No, what did you splurge on? The first time you came in, a decent amount of money for you at that time.
Oh, when I was younger?
Yeah.
Oh shit, travel. I went all over. I spent all my money
That
on
ain't
traveling.
bad. That is not bad. That is not bad. I
I
once
would
bought
never
a
take it back,
$600
but
pair
I
of shoes.
wish that for all that traveling and how much it costs, I wish I had that in my bank to, you know what I'm saying, to accumulate. You know what I mean? But I don't take it back. But that's what I wanted to touch on when we were talking about. I wanted to talk on that poverty mindset in our Black community. We have a poverty mindset. Like, we're not taught to go out. Okay, if I go be a lawyer, I'm not taught to go and buy that building and get my own law firm. I'm taught to go work for a law firm. Okay, so it's like a whole bunch of stuff when it comes to our Black community, when it comes to our dollars and everything.
Mm.
Um, and I did want to say this too, and I like what Alora said because we do play a big role in it. You know what I'm saying? But then um, there's the system that have us like that, but we have to get woke and we have to learn how not to spend our dollars and make everybody rich and get ourselves rich. But there is a stipulation about that because as soon as we start making ourselves rich, just like Black Wall Street, they came and blew that up. They don't want the Black man to have anything. And let me say, what else did I want to say? I'm trying to get everything from the beginning. And
She's spitting fire though.
the other thing I wanted to say was it's going to take for Black people to really, really rise up mentally and physically because motherfuckers are taking our lives. We rather take each other's lives than take their lives back. Okay. All right. Now let's talk about all the other stuff.
Okay.
I was waiting. I was behind the thing like I got to say all this.
All this from
Motherfucker too.
yeah, all this from affirmative action getting denied. Wow.
Yep.
Yeah.
You ready to take up a revolution?
People got.
And I did agree with us staying together.
Amen.
Like the worst thing was trying to be like the white man, and that was trying to have fair rights and everything because you ain't have to go sit on the front of the bus at a bus because you sat on the front of ours. You know what I'm saying? We had our own buses, we had everything. But soon as y'all wanted to get unsegregated, that's when all the problems happened. You know what I'm saying? And then that's when the white man said, "Hey," well, like she said, that they like to look good. So let's sell them. Let's sell them the Cadillacs. Let's sell them this. But you know what I'm saying? It's all a mind frame, because the white man wants y'all to feel like they're powerful than you. So the Black man has to mimic instead of make a way for himself. You feel what I'm saying? Okay.
I'm gonna pivot just a little bit, and I'm gonna blame women for that. Yeah, because
don't do it. Don't do it.
Don't do it. On this.
Hold up. Wait. Hold up. Wait. Because I mean, you know, it's 1945, and I got this little Cadillac, right? And when I pull around them nightclubs and I see them little girls just go crazy over them white wall tires, I see the next man behind me with his little Pinto. They don't look at him. You know who they looking at? They looking at me.
Okay, so don't blame that on the woman. Don't blame that on the woman because you thirsty for pussy. Hold up. Don't blame that on the woman because you're thirsty for pussy. You're the one thirsty for pussy.
Can I finish?
That, like, I
didn't even mention pussy. That shows your mindset.
People
with
anyway,
let me keep
money having
let me keep it.
Oh,
Can I finish?
Wait, let him keep
going. I would have loved to finish. But you see how? But hold up. You see how that bait it just got the hook? You see that? Okay, but anyway. All right, so now that
when you done, hold on. When you done, tell me about my mindset.
Period.
No, I don't gotta do that. But anyway, so when you see me coming through, that catches your attention. Now all of a sudden, I'm something that you want, and the person behind me that don't have that gets no attention at all. So I blame women for that. And I'm just joking. I'm being facetious, you guys. I care less about who likes what.
I'm not even going to pay attention to the person with the Cadillac.
Sir, why did you spend all your money on the Cadillac? And then as somebody who is, like she said, is cautioned into thinking like we not about to think about that type of stuff. We are programmed into thinking you got nice stuff, so that means you got some money. So why would you come in here flaunting like you got money and you ain't got no money? Like who's thinking better than that? Unless somebody's mom just sat them down and was like, "Hey, if a nice man comes to you, pull up." Nowadays we could do that. But how many Black men was pulling up to you in the 1945 convertibles that just came out that year? None of them.
Wait, hold on.
Surprisingly, it was a lot of Black men.
Hold on.
I mean, hold on. Correct me if I'm wrong then too.
Back then Black men were doing it. Okay, they were men. You know what I'm saying? That's why I was like, where's my mindset? Because Black men were doing it then. Black men have respect for their women then. Period. Don't ever blame it on the black woman because the black
hold on,
Wait,
time
and
out.
the
hold on.
black
That's a
men,
Because the
lie.
black
according to
woman,
women's teaching,
because the
they
black
were looking
woman,
for the
the
respect
reason
of the
why
white
she is
man.
the
It was
way
to
she
show
is
them what
today is
they
because
can
she had
get.
to watch her man get raped. She had to watch her kids get raped. She had to watch her family get put away.
Speak,
So don't ever be mad at blame a woman
speak,
for being independent, especially a black woman. We have to be because
speak,
our men aren't men anymore. I know you see them parading around in them skirts and shit. Come
speak.
on now.
They want to be
I'm
black
sick of I'm
women.
sick of, I'm sick of black men doing that, trying to say something about the black woman when we praise y'all. Fuck that. I'm sick of y'all doing that. That's a weak man's mentality. If y'all don't look at what black women been through and what they going through and how they being attacked like you, now all these women they don't even got their mind, just like these niggas ain't got their minds. All these bitches do is go on TV, shake their ass, and think that's what they worth. That's
Because they
not it.
daddy
And
left
these
them.
niggas, and guess what? These niggas is
Mhm.
doing the same thing as bitches doing, clapping their ass too. We a
Because they
lost
daddy
race.
left them.
Let's
We are
let's
a
let's let's
lost race. So we have
let's
to
back
quit
up.
blame. Hold on, let me say
In
this. I say all this to say
1945,
this. We
no,
have
no,
to
you
quit
already.
blaming each other. Hold on,
But
let
it
me say
wasn't a
this.
blame.
We have
I
to
was
quit
actually
blaming
joking.
each other because
But
it's an attack on our people. And wake the fuck up and unite and take our kids and raise them how they're supposed to raise. Don't put them in front of these goddamn TV screens. That's
Amen.
all I'm saying.
yeah, but there was
But
not
hey,
a
but let me
period.
say this and I'm done. But that's where my mindset is, sweetheart.
Okay, crack. Anyway, back in the 1940s, black
What did
women
you
weren't
say?
respected by
Oh.
black men the way you
Hey,
trying to say.
anyway, we moving
Now,
forward.
if we talking like the Harlem Renaissance or something like that, then yeah, I'll give you that credit. But if we're actually talking statistical facts, no, they weren't respected. Sorry, that's false. But
That's a lie.
anyway,
Black men were respected by black women then. So there
that's
was a
not
whole
what we just said.
documentary
That's
where
not
they
what she
said
said.
that
You just flipped what she
But
said.
why is not the
black
problem the
That's
nigga
No,
not
that's
he
how
said they
it
didn't
flagging?
respect
Why
black
is
us.
this a
women
flexing
tried to
ass nigga
prevent
the
black
problem?
men
Why
from
is it this
trying to fit
liar
No,
the
in.
problem?
I was just Corey.
He
I
been
was
out
just
here
correcting what she
flogging
said.
and
I
flexing
was just
like he
No,
correcting what
got
she
it.
said. That's all.
He's got to
black
be the problem. If
black
he,
women tried to let black men know that they were enough and didn't need to fit in with the white man. But you had so many black men who had so much pride. You got to think about this. This is not the black man or the black woman's fault. These We were a race who were suppressed. And when you're suppressed for so long, you wanna get up and fight the fuck back.
That's a
And
fact.
black
That's a
men
fact.
are prideful men. When you think about it, black men are at the head of every race from any race. People don't understand that black men will always be looked from every race as leaders, as dominant, as fierce, because y'all are the kings. I really feel that way. And I just felt like white men and others felt like black men could dominate anything, which y'all can. And so the way that they did, y'all was dirty. They broke y'all spirits. They made y'all feel like y'all weren't worth nothing. And then they divided our homes. Once they divided our homes and they took your backbone, which was us black women, and made us all struggle, because what did they do? They had to place y'all in jail. Or they had to tell us that, hey, if you need help, your husband has to leave. Once your husband had to be kicked
Yeah.
out the house so the black woman could
You
sustain
get
the
Affordable
welfare.
family,
housing.
he was
or
in
that
those
child
streets.
support
He got
card,
on.
then it's
He
all
got
about
yes. He got
women
on
Yeah.
using
drugs.
child support and stuff. Like,
Yeah.
no, it was
Preach
Yes.
a
So
Lord.
never. Now
Preach.
so
it's the
so
women against the men. Yes,
right. So what people
Preach a
don't
Yeah,
Lord.
women
understand is
against women and men and men hate us.
I
Men
agree.
hate us.
I agree.
Especially people
I
that
don't
speak
think
up like
that
me, they hate
Alora,
me.
they
can you
hate
finish
us.
your point?
I
Alora, can you
I
finish your
think
point?
they don't understand us. I don't think that they hate us.
Look,
I think that they don't
he hate
understand
me.
us. They don't understand that we feel their pain, and I don't think that black men and black women know how to reconnect. I think black women, we want
I'm
our black
telling you.
men to just see us and only want to be with us because they don't understand that we will give them anything. And for me, when I see others dating outside their race, I get protective, because I know when some shit hit the flow and we need to get out there and march, I know it's gonna be nothing but black women out there standing for our black men. But then I know at the
Facts.
same time we are not gonna feel
Wait,
appreciated or respected by those
wait.
black men.
You had me all the way, and I'm not saying this because I'm in an interracial thing. It has nothing to do with that. When I went to a lot of, it has nothing to do with that. I swear I'm being unbiased about within that aspect, because me and her, we have different cultural
I
issues
don't like him.
and things that we speak on. The thing is this, and what a lot of our people have to understand is that we keep thinking when we was doing all these marches and everything else, it was only black people out there. We still think that but a lot of these people obviously don't go to these marches and go to these protests. When I went to Black Lives Matter marches and when I went to a lot of
I'm
other
gonna cut
things,
you off, Jamar, because it's not that many as it is black women, and they can go to the marches. They can try to imitate, but they will not go through the same struggles. They will not go through the same pain. They will
that's a
not
different
stand
thing
and
for
cry the way that
supporting
we
the
cry.
Lord, that's a different thing for someone supporting the struggle.
No,
I'm not sitting there saying that they are trying to think. That's two whole different things.
I'm not trying to bash anyone who dates outside their race. I'm for that, but I'm gonna speak from a place of facts. Sure, you could date outside your race, but she would never understand your pain. She would never understand the pain that it is as a black woman to see a black. No, she can't. Culturally, she can't. Because she ain't never been suppressed.
No,
she ain't never seen her people
Y'all talking about
suppressed
two
the way
different
that we
things,
seen our
man.
people
Lord,
suppressed.
we're talking about two different things. We're talking about two different things.
The same thing, Jamar.
No, Lord, what I'm saying to you is that, Lord, I've never said that mine. I already said, but already put out there that me and her already have cultural things as clashes and moments and stuff like that she just will never understand. What I said to you was that, and I didn't even use her as an example. What I said to you was that I've gone to rallies, to protests, to Black Lives Matter ones. I've gone to NCAA ones. I've gone to other different things that have gone up and been about ever since the beginning, even the existence of the NAACP itself. There were white people, men and women, especially a lot of women, there in the fight, trying to help minorities get their black people, especially, get their rights and helping fight along for it. That has been since the thing. Go look it up. Actually, some of the helping found it of the NAACP was not just white people. If you've been to any of these Black Lives Matter things, the sad part about it is, I will give you credit on this. If it wasn't a black woman leading it, it was a woman of another race, a Hispanic woman or a white woman or somebody else leading a lot of these Black Lives Matter marches and all these other different things like that. And I've seen it. So that's, forget the stat.
Y'all basically saying y'all both making good points, but y'all both on two different spectrums.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to tell her. Like I'm not trying.
I think it's just you just didn't like her example. Like that example maybe shouldn't have been used for us.
Maybe she should have just said she doesn't have a problem. Basically, she doesn't have a problem with people dating outside their race. She has a problem she has a problem when you compare a woman to a black woman, and she's basically saying that woman will never know the struggle. You know what I'm saying? But and you're saying that white people, there are many white people that helped a lot of laws for us get fixed. You know what I'm saying? So y'all were making good points. Y'all both had excellent points, but you know,
because I wasn't challenging. Like everybody knows, like I don't know what a Jewish person felt like. Damn sure don't know what a Jewish person felt like, and I'll be ignorant as hell to sit there and someone who survived the Holocaust to tell them that my pain is more than theirs. Everybody wants to feel that their pain is more than the next person. I can never do that. Like I know, and I'm not ignorant to the fact that let me add her back to it. I'm not ignorant to the fact that my Hispanic woman will never understand, Mexican woman will never understand what I go through or completely as a black man. Even though she has children and the world looks at her children like they're black, she still will never understand our struggle. Like our kids, they sit there, they want to say the N-word, and she tried to tell them they can't say nigga. I'm like, you don't have the right to tell. I'll be an asshole. I'm like, you don't have the right to tell them that they can or can't say that. You're not black. And being an asshole, but at the same time, there's a thing behind it. So I can never compare, and I'm not about to compare. That would be ignorant and behoove me. So what you're saying is thing.
But if she Mexican shit, she might understand the struggle because they hate it on just as much as we are.
Exactly. Yes.
Right. But it's not, I'm not trying to compare. All I'm saying is
no, but I'm saying because I don't want to leave Mexicans are going through they're actually going through way worse than what we are. They're treated crazy. That's crazy.
Everybody got their struggles, right? In this country, African Americans had a struggle. But getting back to the main thing about our struggle is that we dealing with this and what we're trying to do now from affirmative action and from how it is hindered us, as much as it may have helped us and helped a few blacks, it has also hindered the black community. Same thing with segregation. As much as it has helped, it has hindered us. The common thing behind this is that with America, with always giving us freedom or giving us access to what they have, has always been about money. They released you as slaves because it was about the money. They sat there and turned around and realized and see what we were spending in our own communities and how we were building them up and the effect in the way where we were growing, and it was like, yo, let's get money. When they brought a crack to the community, it was so they could sit there and take them proceeds to go fund a war and take care of other things they do. It's always about money. They care more
Money
about
and power. Money
Huh?
and power.
money and power. They
Money
care
Hey,
and
more.
power.
hey, when it come to cracking shit, that Snowfall shit is right on the money. Snowfall is on the fucking money. That
And what
show.
was
If you don't
what was
watch
they
it,
doing?
go
I love
watch it.
Snowfall.
What were they doing? What? So they can do what? Get the money and so they can fund the other little things that they had going on. And we were used as props. This country is always thinking, back to what y'all were talking about with men and women. We have to understand with the bigger picture when we left off talk about women, and never no disrespect to anybody whatsoever. But the reality of it is Black women aren't the only ones struggling to deal with the fact of men. Hey, and I'm not attacking you, Laura, on a fact
Yeah.
of
Can
dealing with the
I say
BS.
something when you're done, and then I'm done?
Yeah, so attacking
So
women.
no, no, I don't feel
Yeah.
like you. I don't feel like you attacking me.
No,
Listen,
no,
oh
no.
no,
I'm just saying like it's
I'm
not.
gonna say, y'all know one
women.
thing I got is some thick skin. I'm thick all around, baby. I don't take nothing personal. But but this is my thing though, Jamar. This, and I feel what you're saying because you feel like you have to defend your space and you love her. I'm not trying to,
No, that
bash
wasn't
you.
covered at all.
But
No,
I'm not trying to bash you, but this is the one thing that I want our people to stop doing. If I'm telling you that the reason why black men and black women are so separated is because you always have a black person, black male, saying no, but this woman, other women go through this too. But that's just like you saying with the Jews. They go through this stuff. Now you can't compare what you're going through with them too. So what I'm saying is give us time to address our issues with each other. Instead he's saying, oh, well, this group goes through this too. Because we don't need to compare. I don't need to compare.
Our feelings are valid.
Yes, our feelings are definitely valid.
Our feelings
And
are
you don't
valid.
have to
That's
you don't have to
basically
choose us to be with us. No, but I do believe that black men and black women need to have a conversation of why there's so much pain between the both
Yeah.
groups. Because there's so much pain, there's so much hurt. If we can heal that without bringing in outsiders, then I think we can get past that. I don't want to come off as if I'm shitting on biracial relationships. Let me not say that. But I do see a theme nowadays where our black men have decided to date other and then shame us and say, well, we're not to them because they were obviously hurt somewhere by one of us, because sometimes those feelings are valid. I want to get to the point so that we can fix that. But then I also want them to know that, listen, when shit hits the fan, we still gonna stand behind y'all black asses. Because truth be told, black women love black men. I love me a good black man.
Stand
Shit.
next to, not behind.
Stand right beside.
I'm going to stand
Yeah.
But
beside
I
him.
say,
That's
but
my man.
I
I'm going to
stay
stick beside
behind
him.
too because my man Paul, I want to be right there to
But
catch him. I know
I
I'm
want to
back inside.
apologize because I was talking about like not black women. I meant women. When you outside,
Okay,
like
yeah. I like that one. Yeah. You just
no,
women.
that's what I said. But it just the way y'all reacted, I was like, oh wow. But I said women. I didn't like say hey, the black. I didn't do that. But I do want to clarify that. And plus, I was joking anyway. So I wasn't trying to like go left with all that. So that's why I just said women. Like y'all, I was a joke. I
And I was
didn't
trying
mean
to
that to come
piggyback
across as
off
being
of,
serious.
and it has nothing to do with like me trying to protect her or whatever case. And I wasn't. What you're saying is valid feelings to have, and that's why when I tried to speak, I didn't try to speak and try to make it about protecting her because I got what you were saying. What I was saying is that we have to remember through this struggle, there have been other people that have tried to help. That's what I'm saying. Doesn't mean that
Did you
they
ask?
feel your
Hold on.
pain.
I have a
Doesn't mean that
question.
they.
Did you ask her if she knew if there was other people that she know? She never said that she didn't know it was other people out here trying
No,
to
I'm
help.
not
That's
saying that she
invalidating
didn't.
her feelings though, because
No, I'm
she
not saying
knows
that
other
she said that.
people out there helping, and she knows other
But
women, races
I
of
never
women out there
spoke.
helping.
I never
It's
spoke
just
to challenge her
black women
feelings.
are less protected. Like you know how you just stood up and came haul for her.
I
Like
didn't come from
let
my
this be
woman.
another podcast, and we talk about a black lady who was married to a white man who coming up, who
Nothing
saying
out of
Sequoia fought for y'all and helped y'all get whatever y'all got going on to
I
make
think
sure that I
your
don't know
feelings are
Biden
valid.
isn't often is in
Yes,
the office.
your
Yeah.
feelings are
I
valid.
mean,
But
well,
women
yeah,
are fighting so hard to be heard. Sometimes y'all don't like to listen to us when we express our feelings or express what we're saying. So when I started off, just like what happened earlier, you heard the part of it that you was waiting for to hear or you didn't want to hear, and you didn't listen to the whole context of the issue. I never said her feelings was invalid. I never said that my.
I know you ain't said, but you said your whole point is that they've been out here fighting with us. Nobody said
I'm
they
saying
wasn't out here
racist.
fighting.
I said racist. Period.
No,
And
they're talking about two different things. That's why it's a clash.
We're talking about.
I would say it made the clash. But
I was like, what is? I'm not challenging her or woman's
like you
feelings.
just didn't agree with the opinion.
No, it's
like,
not.
I mean, not the opinion, but the example. Like,
they didn't came from no streets with us. I know that much.
But
they ain't take
like,
no pics.
At the end of the day, like it's gonna be validating whatever the argument is. If you gotta bring another race in it while I'm trying to tell you my feelings, you gotta bring somebody else in it while I'm trying to tell you my feelings, then you're invalidating my feelings. Like you have to listen and let me talk. Like
that's factual, but that doesn't fit the discussion that was being had.
No, I told you earlier, Jamar, you be always doing this. Y'all were talking about two different things. Great points, but she's on another level and you're on another level, and y'all trying to make it go like this, and it's not going to go. Like you're not understanding what she's trying to say, but we understand you.
No, I never said I don't understand what she's trying to say. I never said that. All I said was that's true. She did make a statement, and all I did was sit there and say that with our movement in time in history, there have been other races, and there wasn't nothing about dating interracial. Wait, let me finish.
We got what you're saying. What you're saying, but you're not listening to what she's saying. We heard what both of y'all said.
I'm not challenging what she said, except for the one.
No, I know, but we got what you said, and we got what she said, and y'all saying two different things. But we understand what you're talking about. White people, other people help the race, and she's talking about you can't compare it to the race. But y'all on two different subjects, and that's what you're not understanding. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna agree to disagree on y'all subjects and drop it. If not, we're gonna keep going around in this big circle, baby.
Let's wrap it up. Wrap it up.
So, you know, I love you. You still my brother.
No, it's not. It's just we're just on two different things, and I know it. And it's just like, but it's not an argument. I was just thing. It was just like, yo, like we're thing, and it was like you felt offended or you was on raw for women.
Oh no, I wasn't offended. I just wasn't about to let that fly.
When Jamar on his shit, he on his shit. That's that.
Sometimes you say very dangerous things
that was it.
No. That's just like the gentleman Jeremiah. I said something that I think was partly incorrect, and he corrected me, and I was totally fine with that because knowledge is power. You don't learn and you don't fix things if you can't be corrected. You know, like when he told me, I had to take that knowledge. Like the lady up there, she thought she missaid something, and she told him, "Oh no, feel free to correct me if I'm wrong." You know, I think that's where you got to get on sometime, my brother, because sometimes you be like, "No, I'm just right."
let it go. Let it LRG. Let it go.
I know, man. I got to get back into the thing. I just was saying like we weren't arguing about because I can't be arguing. I know she's talking about something totally different. That was it. Like it wasn't an argument because it was.
We're gonna lose Ishmael, man. He gonna hang up. I just know it.
Reception. You got
next subject.
His camera ain't.
We love you.
Not once. He got the best reception right now. It's that car, bro.
Man, you know I love my sisters.
Right, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, Sequoia, you have a beautiful name. I forgot the name. My cousin just named her baby Sequoia. I forgot the name. It's like a royalty name, like on some real shit.
It's like an Indian chief or something like that.
Yeah.
The Inca tribe. That's what I think of when I hear your name.
Yeah, I got my cousin. She looked it up. There's a lot of Indian in my family, and yes, you hit it right on the nail. But it's a very powerful name. So if it's ghetto, tell them kiss your ass.
Right.
Still ain't getting in college.
I usually do.
You can take me out with nice.
Columbus State accepted me.
All right, so before we end it, I have to do my.
Okay, AAA listeners, it's time for Black V to present Don't Hashtag This. I repeat, don't hashtag this. And now your co-host, Black V.
don't hashtag this for this episode is going to be don't hashtag Titanic trips. I know it's funny. I know it's going to make y'all laugh. And I've seen the memes. The shit is wild. And yes, we seen the controller floating at the bottom of the ocean and it survived the explosion. It's not the controller's fault. We owe an apology to the game controller because it survived. It did not implode. But do not, because there's still people who are grieving, and I know we're all guilty of laughing about this shit, but there's still people who are out there grieving who paid $250,000. Their family member paid $250,000 to go see the Titanic on a little ass submarine that our black asses can't afford and would not do. And if we
Can I get one joke
we
meme
probably
out?
go out and do the things we talk about, buy flashy jewelry, buy nice cars, a couple Cadillacs, instead of going on a goddamn submarine that's about as big as a damn what's them damn propane tanks in the back of people. Yeah.
This lady said for $250,000, I got something y'all can swim in.
Man.
Hey.
Again.
I mean, but the U.S. government got more than $250,000, and we ain't got not a piece of the damn boat. So what made them think they gonna go down there and see the whole damn boat?
I need to be their next tour guide. I'm gonna get them together.
Man.
Let me find out.
$250,000.
I know they at the gates of heaven looking at their tour guide like, you know what, Jesus, go ahead and send them straight to hell right now. Get me,
Are you opening the gates for him too, man? Everybody, where you going?
That was $1.2 million on that submarine. Well, I'm sorry, $1 million on that submarine. Yes, because the pilot, the one guy who drove it, owned it. So everybody else paid $250,000. It was 4 of them. So that was $1 million a trip for 4 to go down to the bottom of the ocean. May God rest their soul. But also, we have to be real with the situation and recognize the reality of it all is I'm not getting no carbon fiber or whatever the hell.
You guys go on adventures that other people have been on before. Look it up. See if somebody's done it before.
I zip line. I'm a zip line.
You know.
Man, my dumb ass don't even want to go jump off the plane now. I was thinking about it, but now y'all not
you don't have to jump out of a plane. You can do the fake stuff. You can just let
I want a parasail.
Oh, that's fun. I've been parasailing.
That's
definitely do it.
That looks fun.
Every time I go on vacation, I'm wild. Nobody want to do it, but I won't jump off a cliff in the water. I won't jump off a cliff in the water. Like I'm scared. So
I would parasail.
Parasailing is it, and you get life jackets. You know, even if you
I would bungee jump. Dive. What is it? Bungee jump. I would dive out of a plane. I would definitely parasail.
Bungee jumping is scary.
You jump out of a plane?
They're gonna boing boing.
No, I will. I'm going to be doing it.
You would.
No, I am. I got to lose a little bit more weight. Going zip lining and then hot air balloon in the fall. So yeah, I gotta lose some weight though. So
I want a hot air balloon. I heard it was real loud.
Well, you know what?
Oh yeah, in the Carolinas, it's popping.
You can do anything.
The Carolinas,
Hey,
nice. Hey,
who want to go with me in my submarine in the pool? No?
Huh?
Who want to go in my submarine?
I'm claustrophobic. I can't get in the tight spaces.
That sounds nasty.
The car be too much.
I'm gonna spit that out. You stupid.
Right,
we gotta wrap it up, y'all.
Wait, can I say something real quick?
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Y'all, I'm from Deep Throat Conversations, and I'm sorry, I had to put a shout out there because my boy, he broke his neck, and I just want y'all, we coming back, but he got to do some healing. So Mr. Bend Over Bitch will be back, but he is in recovery. So please say your prayers for him, and Deep Throat Conversations will be back. Ow. But yeah, keep them in y'all prayers. Keep them in y'all prayers.
Yes. He's watching too, so yeah, we know he's watching. He's online. Yeah, prayers up for Miguel's recovery.
Speedy recoveries.
Hey, if y'all want to send him any
Love
money,
you, bro.
If y'all want to send him any money for his recovery, send it to my Cash App.
You know what? What's your Cash App? I'm done.
He'll get
it.
Hey, yo, we should all plan the trip. We should all plan the trip and go out there to surprise him and go see him. Go check up on him.
I'm gonna go.
Yeah, he is in Madison, Wisconsin.
Wisconsin.
Oh
Yeah.
wow. Okay. Wow.
Yeah. I'm gonna go see him with them damn cheese heads. At least there ain't no Steeler fans over there.
Right. And then go on some explorations.
All right, yo, I'm Black V. That's my co-host. I want to thank our special guests. I want to thank Sequoia. I want to thank Alora, who all this time I never knew her name, but now I know I'm hip to you.
Boy, that's my name.
I'm a nerd, man. I know all that shit.
Oh, you was the one who gave it away. Oh, dang.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Yeah,
okay, all right, a fellow nerd. So I like you. I like you. Only nerds get it, though.
But I want to thank everybody, the producer, the man who pays all the bills, because I ain't got no money. I got kids and they in college, one in college and the other one, my damn nerves. But I want to thank all y'all. God bless you, all the people watching.
Kiki.
Also, shout out to Yellow Bands. Go ahead, get well. Shout out Ciel. Shout out Morgie. Shout out Nikki, who just had a birthday. She was out there taking pictures. And was she in Jamaica?
Ooh, shout out to you.
I think so. Yeah,
Nikki in Jamaica kicking it.
Not like
She was in Jamaica kicking it. I should have called her job instead. That girl.
Yeah, she was on my podcast out there in Jamaica. She international, national.
Yeah. Shout out to Annie.
Showing it off.
If I don't shout out Annie, y'all know I'll probably be dead by tomorrow. So shout out.
Right. She told me somewhere like that. She'll come on this motherfucker.
You already know.
I'm surprised she didn't.
Oh, she did?
Yeah, I'm surprised she didn't.
God bless all y'all.
Like, yeah, God bless all y'all. We out.
Peace.